They proved me wrong this game. They proved me wrong. I kid you not. I was watching this game and I just had a bad feeling. I don't know why. Whenever I was watching the game, when we got the two goals, of course, I was confident. And then we take two penalties. And I was like, oh no, Tampa Bay scored both of them. I was just like, yeah, I mean, we got two goals and then Tampa Bay answers right back. That's a bad sign. But, Carolina did what I guess is kind of my motto with sports is just play through it. No matter what, you just got to keep playing. And they did. They fucking did. They fucking did. This win, like I'm not gonna lie, this win almost feels as good as the series win against Nashville. Depending on how the rest of the series goes, it may or may not continue that way. But yeah, I mean that's a big fucking win. They needed that. If they lose this game, the series is over. But we won the game, and that's all we need to worry. All that we needed to worry about tonight. Okay, like I said last time, just worry about this one game at a time. When you're in a hole like this, you got to dig yourself out, and we're halfway out of the hole. That's what she said. But let's fucking go. It's like we got the win, And I got to tell you, I called out, I mentioned Slavin. I'm actually going to grab my phone and I'm going to, I'm going to check something real quick. But I called them out. I called the Stars out. Slavin, Hamilton, Svechnikov, Aho, Teravainen. I was like, hey, we're struggling to get goals. That's not on the depth guys. That's on the Stars. You're getting paid the money. You got the points in the regular season. It's your job to score. And you know what? I'm just going to go one at a time here. So we'll start and I'll go in reverse order. And last, this is how I'll reveal Hurricane of the game. But I did call them out. And now I'm just going to see. So first up, we'll start with Andrei Svechnikov. He got an assist. He got the primary assist for the first goal of the game. So there you go. In 2 games, Svechnikov now has 2 points. And, as much as I wish he got a goal, that's good. Jacob Slavin got an assist. Dougie Hamilton, he did not get on the board. I think Dougie Hamilton actually had a relatively weak game. I'll say that. Teuvo Teravainen got 2 assists. And then you have Sebastian Aho got an assist, a goal, and an assist. They ended up giving the goal to Stahl. I thought he got 2 goals, but nope, he got 2 assists and a goal. So, and that's player of the game. Hurricane of the game goes to Sebastian Aho. I was watching the game. I'm like, Svechnikov has played really well. Hakanpää played particularly well. But I'm just like, if someone scores the game-winning goal, they're getting the Hurricane of the game because they're keeping our season alive with that. So, yeah, I called out our Stars. They stepped up, but they got to keep doing it. And now next game, I expect the Stars to be involved in getting some points. But it also falls on the depth now. Now that the Stars are going, you also, the Paquettes, the Mardnuks, the Trocheks. I guess Jordan Stahl, because he's the second-line center now, which he's a solid second-line center. I think he might be, when he's the third-line center, he's one of the best centers in the league and valuable. When he's second-line center, he's a good, solid second-line center. So I'm not going to complain. I mean, Trocheck's out. But, so now that those guys, the SAT line, and Jordan Stahl have gotten going, now it also falls a little bit on the depth. Brett Pesce did chip in this game. He got himself a goal off an amazing play by Svechnikov that I was at first yelling at my TV for. And yeah, now the onus falls on the depth guys to also start chipping in because we got our Stars going. We got, all of the names. I could say it 100 times. I'm not gonna. But we got those guys going. Now it's time for the other guys to step up fast, like Hakanpää. I mean, yeah. That's just like, it's, I will say, there are a few issues I had with this game, and I don't know if it was just my bad feelings that made me notice some things more, but I will say we got to have a little bit more sandpaper. We got it towards the end of the game. We got it in overtime. I'm trying to remember who drew the penalty because Necas deserves an amazing shout out. Kucherov honestly might score if he does not take that penalty. I'm not kidding. Kucherov was playing that well towards the end of the game. So the fact that Natchez was not only when we needed a line change, was able to draw a penalty while tired on the guy who had the most momentum going for him in that game. That was big. That is the biggest play Natchez has made all season, bigger than his amazing wraparounds, bigger than his goals in the first round. I think he got a couple because Kucherov was about to give our season an early exit. And I know we had another game, but we're not going to win 4 in a row against Tampa. So maybe we are actually. But yeah, so Natchez, unbelievable play to draw the penalty. If I think it was Natchez, if it was not Natchez, someone please correct me, and I will literally go out of my way to shout out that player next Hurricane review because they deserve it. I honestly think that person, as well as Jordan Staal. So actually, I'm sorry, Aho. They gave the goal to Jordan Staal, but so I'm gonna give Hurricane of the game to Jordan Staal, the captain. That's a big goal from the captain. Jordan Staal is really like I don't know if there was any major criticism over Jordan Staal becoming captain, but this season, if there were any criticisms, he's put them all to bed. He has been the captain for us all season long, and a crucial one. He's not the best player on the team, but he's one of the most clutch. He's one of the most hardworking, and he gets Hurricane of the game, even though I already gave it to Aho. But they gave the goal to Jordan Staal, so Jordan Staal's tip saves our season. That's just, it was Aho's shot. It was Jordan Staal's tip. If you want to say Aho deserves it, that's fair. But Jordan Staal, to me, was the one who saved our season. Because this was such a big goal and could be a huge turning point in the series, depends on how Game 4 goes. We got a whole nother game against Game 4. Tampa Bay has proven they can win in that situation, so we still got to come out ready to play. But if we win Game 4, you don't know what happened. It's a best of 3, and we have home ice advantage again. So, yeah, that's a big win, big goal by Jordan Staal. I got to give it to Jordan Staal for that purpose. However, that aside, there were 4 players who deserved it this game. I'll even stick Pesce in there. Hakanpää even. There's 6 players you could argue for me who Hurricane of the game was. That's how great this team came ready to play at certain points in the game. I think at some points in the game, this was the weakest Carolina looked. In my opinion, at certain points of the game when they were giving up the 2 goals, there were times they were hemmed in, there were times where they were just getting out-hit and outplayed and hearing footsteps. There were times during that, and I think I noticed it more because of how nervous I was going into this game. But just in the periods where Carolina was playing unbelievable, they're able to finally kind of start breaking the Vasilevsky wall that he had been for the first 2 games. There are 6 players you can argue was Hurricane of the game. So, yeah, there's that. I know I was a little bit more negative for such a huge win, but let's not forget how big of a win that is, okay? I don't want the fact that I'm criticizing the game in itself. I also want to point out, huge fucking win. In overtime, too. This does remind me of 2006 a little bit, but yeah, I mean, honestly, you couldn't you could, but they get 3 goals. That's the goal now if you're Carolina. If you get 3 goals, you probably win the game. So that's all you need is 1 goal a period, whether it's Mrazek or Nedeljkovic in net. You're probably going to be able to only have to score 3. So get a goal a period, and you win the next game. Let's fucking go. We got 1 down. We got 1 tomorrow, and the series is all tied up. And in terms of getting the cup, we have 5 down. We have 11 to go. Let's fucking go, boys. Let's fucking get it.